Hey, welcome back. Today, we are really going to dive into something that'll be a total game changer for you. We're talking about completely transforming how you interact with AI, moving way beyond those simple one-line questions and learning how to write commands that get you truly expert-level results. So, does this sound familiar? You ask an AI for help with a pretty specialized project, and what you get back is, well, it's a generic, surface-level summary that's pretty much useless for what you need to do. It's a super common frustration, but believe me, it's one we are going to fix right now. Okay, here's the game plan for today. We're going to start by really nailing down the problem. Then I'll introduce you to the single most powerful first step you can take. It's called in-use case. From there, we'll build up to some advanced meta-prompting and even design a master-level prompt. By the end of this, you'll be the one in complete control. So let's get right into it and take a look at the real problem with these simple, ordinary prompts and figure out why they so often just fall short. Look, if you're a professional in your field and you ask a simple question like, "Tell me about packaging design," the AI basically treats you like you know nothing. It gives you this high school level report. Now, it's not technically wrong, but for a specialist, it's not useful at all. And this is the exact issue we need to fix. All right, on to the solution. The very first, and honestly, the most fundamental technique to immediately level up your results is a simple command that gives your AI some much-needed context and a role to play. And that term is in-use case. I want you to think of it like this. You're telling the AI, hey, don't just spit out information. I need you to apply that information as if you were a professional in this specific situation. It's the difference between getting a boring lecture and being in a hands-on workshop. Just this one little command completely transforms the output. It sharpens the AI's focus, it forces it to use the right professional lingo, it cuts out all the fluff, and maybe most importantly, it instantly turns that AI from a generalist into a dedicated specialist for your task. Let's actually see it in action. Remember our vague prompt on the left? That just gives you a messy pile of info. But by adding that simple command, in use case academic thesis writing, we transform the output into the structured, detailed analysis you see on the right. It's ready for a research paper. See, we're not just asking what anymore. We're telling the AI how to answer. And for any developers out there, this example just brilliantly illustrates the point. Asking an AI to write code that lists colors is a total lottery. You have no idea what you'll get. But specifying in use case Adobe Illustrator JavaScript and then adding those technical constraints, you get precise functional code that solves a real-world problem, not just some generic programming exercise. Let's do one more. Just asking to explain AI is way too broad. But when you define the use case, that it's for a corporate design team, it completely changes the game. Now the AI knows its audience, it knows the goal of the explanation, and it knows the specific angle to take. The output becomes a targeted, really valuable training asset. Okay, so in-use case is your gateway. Now you're ready to explore the bigger picture, the entire framework that AI experts use to control and direct these models with just incredible precision. This whole toolkit has a name, meta-prompting terminology. And this is the point where you stop being just a user asking questions, and you start becoming an architect designing a system. You're literally learning the language to instruct the AI's core reasoning process. Just take a look at this table for a second. These are the levers you can now pull. You can assign a persona to give it an expert identity. You can demand a chain of thought to make it think step by step. You can define a specific output schema for structure, clearly state the main task, and even set the linguistic register to control the tone. Every single term here is a new layer of control for you. Okay, now for the really fun part. Let's bring all of this together. We're going to build a master-level prompt from scratch, putting every single thing we've just learned into practice. Look at how this thing is structured. We're not just asking for some code. No way. We are defining the role, stating the exact task, providing critical context, setting a very specific technical constraint, demanding a certain output format, and finally, requiring it to explain its reasoning. Every single line is a direct instruction. And here it is, all put together into one seriously powerful command. This isn't a question anymore. This is a work order. It's a system design document. This is how you guarantee you get a professional, accurate, and perfectly formatted response that is ready to use right out of the box. So let's bring this all home. With these tools, your relationship with AI is going to fundamentally change. You are no longer just a passive user asking it questions. What you have now is the framework to build your own specialized expert systems. Doesn't matter if it's for coding, academic research, or business strategy, you can now direct the AI to perform incredibly complex tasks with the precision of a true specialist. You're in the driver's seat now. So the real question for you is, what are you going to build? Which one of these techniques, whether it's a simple in-use case command or a full-blown master prompt, which one are you going to use to elevate your very next project? Thanks so much for tuning into this explainer. I really want you to think about that question and get out there and start building.